Mr. Speaker, the government is continually trying to find new ways to justify the political interference in an ongoing court case by the Prime Minister and his key advisors. The law on this is actually very clear. If an organization like SNC-Lavalin is charged with bribery, then the law states, and I quote, the prosecutor must not consider the national economic interest. The former Attorney General made her decision. She said no. So why did the Prime Minister not take no for an answer?
Honourable Leader of the Government in the House.
Mr. Speaker, the Leader of the Conservatives has just confirmed that there are 2 ongoing court cases. We on this side, we take seriously the responsibility of standing up for jobs and growing the economy. The Justice Official background on remediation agreement states 2 of the main purposes for remediation agreements are 1, hold the organization accountable for wrongdoing, 2, reduce harm that a criminal conviction of an organization could have for employees, pensioners, stakeholders, and other third parties who did not take part in the offence. We will always protect Canadian jobs, Mr. Speaker. That's what we do on this side. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Well, Leader of the Opposition.
Mr. Speaker, we know that that can't be their motivation. We know that because when they wrote the law, they specifically excluded the national economic interest. So they wrote the law, and then they tried to get the Attorney General to break the law. She said no. Apparently, people in the Prime Minister's office wouldn't take no for an answer. Why wouldn't the Prime Minister accept the decision of the independent prosecutor of Canada?
Honourable Government House Leader.
Once again, we on this side will always respect the work of committees. We on this side will always respect the independence of the judicial system. We on this side will always respect the independence of offices of Parliament. We on this side will always protect Canadian jobs and stand up for them. We know that our plan is working, and that's why Canadians have created over 800,000 jobs since we took office. Do you want to know the record of the Conservatives? They had the least amount of growth, the worst growth since the Great Depression. Now we know why, because they will not stand up for Canadian jobs. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
The Honourable Opposition Leader.
Mr. Speaker, again, she's saying things that just aren't true. We know they tried to interfere with an independent legal officer. They tried to get the former Attorney General to change her mind. She said no. She said no on multiple occasions. In her view and the view of the independent Crown prosecutor, SNC-Lavalin, based on serious corruption and bribery charges, did not qualify for one of these deals the way the Liberals themselves wrote it. Now they're trying to hide behind crocodile tears that nobody is believing. Now here's a very specific question for the House Leader. Did anyone in the Liberal government communicate to SNC-Lavalin?
The Honourable Government House Leader.
Mr. Speaker, let's look at the record. The Director of Public Prosecution Service confirmed that prosecutors in every case, quote, exercise their discretion independently and free from any political or partisan consideration, unquote. Mr. Speaker, we on this side have increased resources to committees so that committees can do their work. Members from both sides sit on the Justice Committee. Justice Committee members have come together to ask for witnesses to appear. Witnesses are appearing. Mr. Speaker, I will remind this House and all Canadians what Canadians said no to. Canadians said no to the failed approach of austerity for the Conservatives that leader continues to fight for. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
L'honorable député de Richmond-Athabasca.
Monsieur le Président, les Canadiens veulent connaître la vérité dans l'affaire de SNC-Lavalin. Pourtant, hier, le Premier ministre et les députés libéraux ont refusé de faire en sorte que le Premier ministre puisse venir s'expliquer au Comité de la justice. Peut-il juste répondre à une simple question? Est-ce que des membres proches du Premier ministre, de son cabinet, ou des ministres ont assuré à SNC-Lavalin qu'il n'y aurait pas de procès criminel, oui ou non?
À la Chambre.
Monsieur le Président, encore, ils vont continuer leur spéculation, mais ici, de ce côté de la Chambre, nous regardons les faits. Le chef de la conservateur parti a rencontré la compagnie. Le chef des MPD ont rencontré la compagnie. La chef adjointe conservatrice a dit à comité, je ne veux pas laisser l'impression soit enregistrée que je ne pense qu'il y a quoi que ce soit de mal de rencontrer SNC-Lavalin. Nous, de ce côté de la Chambre, nous respectons le travail de la comité de justice, nous respectons le travail de tous tous les comités. C'est exactement pourquoi nous avons augmenté leurs ressources. Nous n'allons pas prendre l'approche des conservateurs. Merci, Monsieur le Président.
Député de Richmond-Athabasca.
Monsieur le Président, la question que j'ai posée est extrêmement simple, elle est légitime. Est-ce qu'un ministre, est-ce qu'un membre du cabinet du premier ministre, des gens qui sont proches de lui, ont assuré à SNC-Lavalin qu'il pourrait éviter un procès criminel pour le conflit que l'on connaît tous en ce moment et qui est mis à jour depuis plus de 3 semaines? Pourquoi le premier ministre refuse-t-il de s'expliquer devant le comité de la justice?
L'honorable leader du gouvernement à la Chambre.
Malgré, Monsieur le Président, les conservateurs n'ont pas de respect pour les comités. Nous, de ce côté de la Chambre, nous savons que les députés qui siègent sur le comité de justice, ils ont demandé d'avoir les témoins. Les témoins viennent, ils continuent de venir et ils répondent aux questions des députés de les deux côtés. Nous savons de ce côté que le dossier fait présentement cas d'étude par la commissaire de l'éthique et de la comité de justice. Nous, de ce côté de la Chambre, nous respectons le travail du commissaire, nous respectons le travail de la comité. Nous pouvons voir que ce n'est pas le cas pour les conservateurs. Merci, Monsieur le Président.